Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are just doing a quick little mid-novel November update. I have a really big explanation for why I haven't tried to do more vlogs, and in all honesty, it's also why my word count is really bad this month. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself to the people that are new here. Hello, my name is Monroe, and I'm a dark fantasy author of both young adult and new adult, both having series down in the description, along with a fun little coffee house murders, which is a anthology of thrillers, slashers, pretty much anything like horror, kind of. It's kind of like just like a mix of short stories based on coffee orders, just to like get in the mix there. Variety of genre. If you are interested in any dark fantasy young adult or new adult, those will both be down in the description. And I say both because they're both series, and we are talking about Deadly Scream Book 2 in this video, and that's what my current work in progress is right now. So if you don't want spoilers, go ahead and go check out that book. Deadly Scream is my first book ever, and like I said, we're working on book 2 right now. So this video will have like a little bit of spoilers, not much, but just like a little bit. So if you don't care, stay in the video. If you do care, probably go read the book and then come back, because I'd be glad to have you. If you aren't new here, thanks for coming back. So far I'm filming this on November 14th, and word count's not word counting. I have only written 5,399 words this month so far, but I have like a really big reason why, and I kind of like organized how like I was going to talk about things in this video, and this is not what I want to talk about first, but I will just say, we'll talk about first anyway. I was severely sick the first 2 weeks, honestly up until like yesterday, and even like right now you can hear my voice. I'm still like a little coffee. I've had bronchitis for the last 2 weeks, and I have literally felt like I was dying. Not actually, like it wasn't, well, it was painful honestly sometimes, but honestly, I missed a lot of work. I missed a lot of like things that I needed to do, including like writing and like being able to stay up to write. A little sip break there. So I've been really sick, and honestly haven't been able to get much done, which is really sad, because I'm like, of course I'm sick the first 2 weeks of November. Like, we couldn't have been sick in October when you're like, yeah, there was Halloween, but I didn't have a whole novel to write, you guys. So I have been really sick, and that has honestly downplayed my progress, because I spent most of my nights sleeping in bed. Even like during the day I've been sleeping when I'm not at work, and unfortunately that has put a downside on my word count for this month. But I have plans to counteract that, but that will be later in this video. So first we're going to talk about what's going well. So what's going well right now is like, I have a definite project that I'm working on. If you guys don't know, it is called Project Snowflake, or Deadly Scream Book 2. This is the bullet journal for it. This is kind of like the vibe that I'm going for, and I have actually done a lot of outlining, and you guys would see that if I would like post my Preptober vlogs. I actually still have 2 more Preptober vlogs I could upload, and I'm still planning to upload. I just haven't done it yet, but essentially it was me outlining a lot of like chapters, like chapter by chapter in like this book, so it's easier to kind of just like get a base look at it, because I feel like that's something I struggle with sometimes, is that I have this idea in my head, and then like when I go to write it, I've like either completely forgotten the direction I wanted to go, or it's just not enough information that I create a scene with like substance. So I have progressed in the bullet journal making for my outline, and it's helped immensely. And I also learned something new, that like I've always heard the phrase zero draft, and I've never known what it was, but it makes so much sense. If you don't know what a zero draft is, it is essentially a draft that is like completely dialogue, and then like occasional like scene tags to like let people know like where they are for the first draft. And I like realize I kind of do this. I feel like most of my stories, especially like first draft, is mostly dialogue, and like I try to get some world building in there, try to get some baseline in there, but honestly the most words I always get like in a writing session is always like the dialogue. So I'm really glad I like realized this when I think I was watching a video last week. I think it was either Sarah Sutton or Alyssa in the book, and they were talking about a zero draft. I don't remember who it was, but it just like made my head click, and I go, I could probably get through so many more drafts if I stopped focusing so hard on like writing as much scenery, because that's what I struggle with. So it's like, Monroe, if you just focus on the dialogue that I know you want to write, I love writing dialogue. It's my favorite. I don't know, I just always love focusing on that, and that's always like what comes to my head, because I feel like a lot of my scenes are very like, because it's very rare that there's only 1 or 2 people in the scenes, and like it's always like back and forth, so it's people like constantly talking, and I feel like they always get interrupted by me trying to like set the scene. So I kind of realized like that's the direction that I need to go. It's like not quite zero drafting, because like I do like to include some more detail in there besides like the dialogue, but now I realize it's okay to do that, because that's an actual thing and I'm not crazy. So So I think that's actually going to help me get through a lot of this book really fast. So I'm excited about that. Something else that's also helping a lot is like, because like I have been outlining, I have felt so much inspiration for this book. I've been wanting to do like everything for it. I've been going to Pinterest boards. And one thing, it's a good thing and a bad thing, is that I've been trying to create character art for my characters, because like I've been wanting to like search for an artist to essentially do character art for my books, and I haven't found an artist that is either in my budget, available, or does like the artwork I want. I really want like semi-realism artwork for my book and my book characters, and like I just haven't been able to find the right person or budget. Honestly, like I can't afford too much right now with this economy, unfortunately. But so I have been working on doing it myself. So I did realize I struggle really bad with faces, but everything else I'm honestly really good at. I think it's just faces I struggle with. So I am currently trying to learn how to do my own character art so that I can have more stuff on my like Instagram pages. My Instagram, I'm trying to like get going. I'm really shy about it, but I'm trying to get going. Threads, Facebook, all of those will be down in the description if you're interested in following me. I would really appreciate it. I should start making goals for like follower counts, but I feel like I'm really bad at social media like that. AKA like I upload maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months on YouTube, which I'm trying to like get better at, but I was sick, so I haven't been able to vlog. But yeah, so I've been feeling very inspired with my current book that I want, but I'm also having this issue where I keep getting different book ideas and I keep like writing them down. I keep wanting to like write in there, and I'm like, no, Monroe, literally have a book to write. You have 2 more books. There's 3 books in the series. I think I've mentioned that. If not, there's 3 books in the series. So I really need to focus on this series, and then I'll be done, because this is probably my last young adult series that I'm writing. If you guys don't know, my A Demon's Heart series is new adult, and I really liked the feeling of that. I kind of grew into that, and now that I'm writing these books, like they're young adult, so I'm struggling slightly with like trying not to be too romantic in that sense. Like these characters are like fresh, like they started the series in high school and like they've grown out of high school, but like they're still really young. It's still like a young adult audience. So I'm trying like not to like, I'm still trying to put like romance in there, but like cute little like moments, and like, but not obviously like the intense moments that I'm used to writing in my other series. So it's also like something that I've been getting stuck with as well. I mean, my next category was what's been going wrong, and I kind of already talked about that. Like I've been really sick and I've been busy and sick. So that's what I've been struggling with. And then something like I kind of already talked about was I wrote not being able to find the right words for what I'm currently trying to write. So I'm getting sidetracked. So that's kind of like how I mentioned like the zero drafting. I am trying to like write these scenes with all this dialogue, and like I'm trying to like make this draft flow better. But my issue is just like I keep getting stopped because I don't actually know like what I want to write per se. So I feel like that's killing my vibe. That's really killing my vibe. I'm having a really bad time with it. So I don't like, my goal is like hopefully once I like realize the zero draft is a thing, I can like work past that, because I'll be like, I'll come back to it. I'll like put like what room we're in, but then just keep going with the dialogue. Like that's my strong suit, so I should just focus on that. And going forward, this is like kind of my goal for the rest of November. So my original goal was to add an additional 40,000 words to Project Snowflake. I started with 18,687 words. My goal was to start with 20,000. I was going to try to do that before I even got to November 1st, but I got sick like before. I got sick like the last week of October, so technically I've been sick for 3 weeks and not even just 2. And so I was really busy then, you know, being sick and having the worst time of my life. So I am 35,000 words away from my goal, and we're halfway through this month. So my goal is to have a 10K day this Saturday, which is tomorrow. Not in this video, I'm going to try to vlog it, but I'm going to try to have a 10K day tomorrow and try to really like push this raft. If I do 10K tomorrow, then I will only be down 25,000 words. And then like, hopefully we can kind of go from there, you know? Like if I can get to at least 20,000 words, maybe 30,000 this month, I'll be happy. But my goal is to finish this draft this month, and the only way to do that is to, first off, not be sick and not hating my life because I'm sick, and then know what I'm doing. So tonight, before my 10K day, I'm going to finish outlining in my book. I have finished outlining Act 2, and then I kind of started the page for Act 3. Well, okay, so I did like a base 3 pages of like, okay, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And then, so that was helping me a lot, but then I also started doing like specifically chapters. Hold on, I'm looking for a chapter that doesn't have, this has no context to it, so I'll show you guys this. So chapter 21, called The Haunting Ends. I don't actually like name my chapters, but like it gives me as like the writer an idea of like what I want. So I actually outlined this entire chapter previously, but I didn't know what chapter it was going to be. So all it says is this will be the chapter that is planned out a little before now. So I think I did it like 10 pages before, but yeah, so this is like the actual chapter that's planned out, but I'm not showing you that because that could be major spoilers. But yeah, and then like we start the Act 3 breakdown, which that's what I need to like work on. Yeah, so I'm glad that essentially like that's helping me a lot, is just doing chapter by chapter. Like here's chapter 21, chapter 22, like it's just helping so much more. So I think tonight I'm going to finish hard outlining Act 2 because we just broke into Act 2 in my draft. My goal tomorrow in the 10K is to write most of Act 2 and then hopefully be on Act 3 on Sunday, but I doubt that. This is a little too many, a little too much. But so those are my goals that I have currently moving forward for the rest of November. I'm probably not going to do more vlogs. I will probably do another sit down video like this at the end of November, just because like I feel like when I film vlogs I struggle to actually edit and post them, which is funny because I actually already made the thumbnails for Preptober vlogs 2 and 3, so I will be uploading those after this video. So if you want to go watch those and me like trying to explain my outlining process, go watch those, and to learn more about the book, or something I realized I need to do better, because I feel like when I watch other author tubers, they talk more about their book, and so like the audience knows more about what they're writing, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just writing Act 2. But like Act 2 of this book is like literally crazy. Act 2 of this book has to do with a lot of magic and scrying, and like the characters have to go through these like specific trials to like better themselves. I'm being brief with this because like I don't want spoilers. Like trials to better themselves, that's actually horrible wording, but it's because I don't want to say like actually what's happening. They essentially have to go through these trials to, how do I not say this in a spoiler tone, to help the main character find something she's looking for. We'll go with that. So Act 2 in this book is going to be all about trials. Act 1 was kind of like the lead up to the trials and like information from book 1, and then Act 3 is going to be insane. I've actually written some chapters from Act 3 and I cried during one of them because it's just going to be insane. And because originally I was only planning for this to be 2 books, or not originally the series was 3 books, and then I bumped it down to 2 books, and then I bumped it back up to 3 books. But when I had it on 2 books, I essentially made this ending with some characters and information, and I kind of kept it in there, but then I like worked it into working with the 2nd and 3rd book, so then it's still in there, and it's beautiful. It's beautifully tragic. So I won't talk about it more in this vlog, but that's something I need to do better, is talk about what I'm currently writing to actually get you guys interested in it. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'm sorry I haven't done vlogs for Novel November, but like I said, I've been so sick, so vlogs were not happening. Comment down below if you guys are working on anything, or if you have any questions for me. I will be glad to answer those for you. Like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!